Lesson 6, traffic. This is sort of a bonus section, but it's super, super important because without traffic, everything that I've taught you doesn't really work. If you don't have people going into your funnel, requesting that lead magnet, you can have everything set up properly, but you just won't have the potential customers requesting that lead magnet and entering your funnel. So traffic is essential for all this to work. And the same with my web design course. If you did that course as well, you can design a beautiful website, but if there's no traffic going to your website, there's nobody to look at that beautiful website and see what you sell or what you offer, right? So traffic is essential for any online business. Okay, so by now, if you have done all the previous sections in this lesson, and if you perhaps did my web design course number 1, you will have the following. You'll have a great looking functional website, or a landing page that has a clear message and converts, visitors into leads. 2, you'll have a great lead magnet that serves as an irresistible bait for your visitors. And 3, you'll have a great sequence of both nurture and sales emails to take customers down the funnel. Now, all you need is traffic, right? So if you don't have traffic, an example would be, like that beautiful restaurant that opened down the street from you. You pass by it every day and it's amazing. The setup is beautiful. The restaurant looks very, amazing, but it's empty. And it's empty, the first week, the second week, the first month, the second month, and then it eventually closes. Because there were no customers going in to eat that great food. And, who knows, the food could have been amazing. The restaurant looks fantastic, but there wasn't, the marketing wasn't there. The word of mouth wasn't there to attract customers and get them, to visit their restaurant. So as with that example, every good website or every good marketing effort online requires traffic. So before we talk about the different types of traffic, I want you to understand the critical importance of unit economics, all right? And why it's important that you understand this is because, unit economics really determines the health of your business and whether you can scale or grow. So you need to understand unit economics to see how scalable and how you can grow your business. So unit economics is really defined as the direct revenues and costs associated with a particular business action expressed on a per unit basis. All right, so maybe it doesn't make that much sense, but it will in just a little bit. You may have also heard of unit economics referred to as KPIs or key performance indicators. So here are some examples of KPIs or unit economics. Cost per lead. Cost per lead, you really calculate CPL by dividing the cost of your advertising by the numbers of leads received. That is the cost per lead. Another KPI is cost per acquisition, the CPA. And this is the cost of advertising required to acquire a new customer and, a lead that actually converted to a customer. So the difference between CPL, cost per lead, and CPA, cost per acquisition, is, one is just a lead, whereas CPA is an actual customer that bought from you. Another KPI is LTV, or lifetime value. This is the value or how much profit a customer can provide for you and your business, in their lifespan. All right, so all these are unit economics. They are key performance indicators, and you need to understand these to see how scalable and how much you actually need to invest, in your product to acquire new customers. So, put simply, if you have a firm grip on unit economics, you will know exactly how much a customer is worth to your business over their lifetime. So, in other words, no more guessing about how much to spend on your marketing. You'll have precise control and confidence down to the cent, right? So you don't need to guess, what should my CPA, my cost per acquisition be? How much should I be spending to acquire a new customer? If you know this, you will know exactly how much you can spend in advertising to acquire a new customer, and you'll know how much you need to invest in your online marketing. So a good place to start to calculate CPA is basically take the total revenue that you have over a period, which can be, a year or a month, and divide this by the number of customers you had in that same period. That should be a good starting point to give you, the cost per acquisition. So, for example, let's say your, the total profit for the year was 200,000 and you had 1,000 customers. Your average profit per customer is about $200, all right? So now that you know how much you can make from a customer, you know how much you can spend to actually get one. And the answer is, anything less than 200, of course you want to make more than, $1 per customer. But if you're spending anything less than 200, you're actually not losing money, to acquire that customer. So with this previous example, maybe, you have you think that Google ads are expensive. But let me provide you this example. So it costs you $5 per click, all right? That's the cost per click for the keywords that you're running. And you get one customer for every 20 clicks. So at $5 per click and 20 clicks, you're spending about $100 to get one customer. But remember, the profit that we could obtain for one customer is $200. So I think that's a pretty good business, right? For every $100 you put in on advertising, you're getting 200 back, right? You're getting twice the amount of money. So when you know this, when you know unit economics, you know exactly how much you can invest to acquire a new customer, and it'll never again be guesswork, right? So the message here is quite simple. Just know how much profit you can get from every single customer. Calculate this with a team, or if you're a one-man show, try to calculate this as close as possible, to the real thing. Then you can know how much you can spend to acquire them.